So to avoid him actually doing that, sort of that overhead executioner slash, just do what I was doing there, you know, shooting him, making him slow. When he gets to a close distance to you, run, hug the wall, go around him, go to the opposite corner and start shooting him again, okay? Yeah. But that fight, some people I think save just before that fight. Don't do that, okay? The first save will be made in the hospital area. We will have Maria with us at the time, and that is the scene where Pyramid Head is chasing us down some corridors, okay? On hard difficulty, this took me a very long time to figure out, okay? In that section, the chase section there with Pyramid Head, where he's chasing you and Maria down the corridors, he will kill Maria every single time. Unless you stop to shoot him. And that is the absolute key thing for that chase section on hard difficulty, okay? You must stop to shoot Pyramid Head at certain points during that chase scene, okay? On beginner, easy and normal difficulty, you can just get through it by running, okay? He's a bit slower at running himself, so he will not catch up to you and Maria. He will not kill Maria on beginner, easy and normal difficulty. However, on hard, if you just try and run, he will always, okay, I repeat, always kill Maria. Okay, so that is going to be where you save the game first, because even though now you know that you've got to stop and shoot him at certain points, because that, you know, shooting him slows him down. So at a certain point, you're going to stop, shoot him 5 times with the handgun, start running again, get to a second point, shoot him another 5 times, and then you will just run all the way. There we go. There's the dog kennel there. Like I was saying, directly upon exiting Rosewater Park, run across. That's where the dog key is located. Okay, so we've just collected another special item. Alright. Yeah, so as I was saying, for that chase section with Pyramid Head, that is where our first save will be. Look, if you are really, really confident at getting through that, you can probably just not save there. However, I would strongly, strongly recommend that be your first save, okay? And you will see me do that later on once we get to the hospital area, okay? I'll show you exactly where that is. Because even, you know, like I said, even though you know that you've got to shoot him, it's still very difficult to do, okay? He can get in close to you, he can either hit you or hit Maria, and you want to try and do that section without taking any damage as well, okay? Sometimes, oh, that is another very important thing that I've failed to mention so far. On hard difficulty, shooting Maria once with any weapon, handgun, shotgun, rifle, whatever, will kill her instantly, okay, and end the game. So, and that is imperative for that Pyramid Head chase scene in the hospital. You know, if you turn to go ahead and shoot Pyramid Head, you know, 7 times out of 10, Maria's going to get in the way, and you're going to shoot her, and she's going to die, and that's going to be it, okay? So, I'm really glad that I saved at that point, because I died about 4 times during that chase scene, okay? You know, if I didn't save there and I was trying to save at a point later on, that would have been 4 playthroughs, okay, just for that section, you know, getting up to that section, dying, restarting, getting up to that section, dying, and so on, okay? So, trust me, we will be saving at that point. A lot of the dispute where, you know, regarding people on forums and so on, where should I make my second save? Now that I've done the 10-star ranking and gotten through the game, my advice would be just before the Eddie fight, okay? That is a very, very difficult fight. That is where a lot of people, and myself included, take the most damage, okay? Because that is a gunfight. Eddie has a Magnum, and it is very, very difficult to do without getting hit, without getting shot, okay? And look, you're going to want to try and do that fight without getting hit by his gun. His punch attack doesn't do so much damage, but the revolver attack does quite a lot of damage So you're going to want to try and do that fight over and over and over and over and over till you've taken, till you're happy with the amount of damage that you've taken, minimal or even no damage. Taking no damage on that fight though is virtually impossible unless you glitch him in a corner somehow and fuck him up, which I've seen some people do on YouTube videos. However, that is very, very difficult to do. I use the great knife on him. Okay, I get shot a couple of times, but hey, it ends the fight quicker. Some people like using the shotgun on him. I don't, because he punches you an astonishing amount of times, okay, and I'd rather just get shot a couple of times and then kill him as opposed to getting punched by him about 40 times, which is probably doing more damage than being shot, 2 or 3 times. The fight before that, notable fight, is against Abstract Daddy, okay. That is another... Look, some people say it's easy, some people say it's hard without getting hit. A lot of people like using the shotgun on that fight. I don't, okay? I can get through that fight every single time flawlessly, and that's using the great knife, okay? He actually takes 3 slashes with the great knife takedown, but what I do for that fight is I use the great knife on him twice, 2 slashes straight away, and then run around to the corner, 2 shotgun blasts, bang, he's dead. I can do that every single time. I will show you guys how to do that. When I was going for this 10-star ranking, that's where I used my second save, okay? Look, it was probably good of me to use it there because I was taking a lot of damage on my first few attempts against Abstract Daddy. I had no idea how to take care of him. I was using the shotgun. Some people say, run to the corner, shoot him twice, he'll go down. Run to the other corner, shoot him another 2 times. For me, I had a lot of trouble doing this, he grabbed me many, many times. So the method that I show you guys here, using the great knife twice and then shooting him 2 times with the shotgun, without fail, you will not take any damage from him at all, ever, okay? And it's really, really easy to do. I can pull it off every time, alright? And I'll show you guys how to do that when we actually get up to that section, okay? So those are sort of the difficult aspects of this game in terms of getting the 10-star rank, okay? That pyramid head scene we just had before, where we shot him until the alarm sound was raised. The pyramid head chase scene in the hospital, that is another very difficult section. Abstract Daddy fight and the Eddie fight, okay? They're all probably what I would call the hardest sections of this game in terms of going for the 10-star rank. The hospital section is actually pretty rough. We're fighting the nurse enemies. They are very fast, okay? And you're probably going to get hit a couple of times because certain areas, as soon as you go through a door, bang, there's a nurse right there, and she'll probably be in mid-attack, ready to hit you with the pipe just as you're going through the door. So for certain doors, you're going to want to, before you've even gone through it, okay, say you see a door, press A to go through it. As it's transitioning, to the next scene, hold right trigger and get A ready to shoot straight away, okay? I'd probably advise against holding A to shoot straight away because Maria may be in front of you and you may shoot her instead. So that's what I wanted to say, sorry. When you get to the hospital area, straight away you're going to level 3 and you're getting rid of Maria, okay? Having her around in those tight corridors, very fucking annoying. She can get in the way, you can accidentally shoot her instead of a nurse, and that can end the game before we've saved it, okay? So straight away when we get to the hospital, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to go straight to level 3, put her in that room, and we don't need to worry about her. There is the Book of Lost Memories, okay? That's located at the Texan gas station there in that newspaper stand. So that is the location of one of the other special items, alright? I'll point them out as we go through them. There's just a small health potion there, and we'll make our way to the bowling alley. Now you'll probably notice I haven't actually got any gun kills at this stage, and we're pretty much almost near the hospital. The reason is because, like I've mentioned before, the amount of handgun ammo it takes to kill an enemy is absurd, okay? It's 5 to 6 shots to down it, and then, you know, follow up with about 20 to 30 shots. Problem is, they won't stay down that whole time you're shooting them with the 20 to 30 shots, so they'll get back up again. You'll have to shoot another 5 to 6 shots, and then look, trust me, it's a fucking mess. The handgun is technically your melee kills, so to speak, okay? 5 to 6 shots, they will go down, kick them, that's a melee kill. Now, when we get to the hospital, which is coming up within the next few minutes, we'll actually acquire the shotgun, okay? That is your gun killing weapon, alright? It still takes a fucking beating for the enemies to go down with the shotgun on hard difficulty, you know, even the nurses. It's pretty absurd. Because prior to playing this on hard, you know, and trying to go for my 10-star rank, I was just tear-assing through the game on beginner difficulty, okay, just to unlock the remaining ending and ending-related achievements. And it was, you know, even from a distance, one shot with the shotgun and the enemies were going down and staying down. You know, they were dead. There was no need to run up and kick them. You know, their body wasn't fidgeting, they were dead. But here on hard, with the shotgun, you know, depending on the enemy, I'll talk about the nurses because they're mainly the enemies you'll face once we get the shotgun. It's going to take about, if you're nice and close, one shot should send them to the ground. They'll wiggle around. 2 shots, get up nice and close when on the ground, you know, shoot a second shot, point blank range. That won't kill them. They will get up, wait till they're fully standing, shoot again, they will go back down. Hopefully that third shot will kill them. If it doesn't, follow up with 4th shot when they're on the ground, point blank range, and that should end it. The problem is, I don't like getting close to the nurses due to the fact that they sometimes wield pipes and they like swinging it frantically. So I tend to stay at a fair distance away while I'm firing the shotgun. So, you know, for example, I'll shoot a bullet, they won't go down, they'll just stagger back, I'll shoot again, then they'll go down, then I'll run over to their, you know, while they're incapacitated, wriggling on the ground, shoot them at point blank range, that won't kill them. You know, look, on average it's going to take about 4 to 5 shots. It's sometimes taken up to 6 shots, you know, the full shotgun ammo clip to take down these fuckers, the nurses. So, you know, we will get the shotgun here. At this stage, I am just making my way straight away to level 3 here, okay? This is to get rid of Maria instantly. As you can see, that nurse was pretty much right in front of me, you know. I went through that door and she was right there, okay? That's what I was talking about before in this hospital area. 1328 is the code there. You actually, when you first play this game, you won't know that code. You'll have to explore around a bit to get it. But look, because I've played this game so many times, I just memorized the code, okay? 1328 on hard and extra difficulty. And you can go through. We'll put her in this room here. It's S3. It's always S3. That was the roof key there. We'll need that. Reload my handgun ammo, and I just used a small health drink there as well. Okay. I don't really like being on red, especially when I haven't saved it yet. Too risky. So I like to heal. Some more nurses which I'll take down. They're good to take down now. As you can see, I'm still shooting with the handgun and meleeing, okay, racking up my melee kills. Now it's good to clear these hallways, okay, the 3rd and 2nd level hallways of enemies, nurses and these other creatures, because we're going to need to do a lot of running to and fro, you know, to and from these areas again, and it's just a pain in the ass running past them. If you know, on a previous playthrough on hard, I tried to just run past them and I was taking a lot of damage. Alright, so kill everything you see. As you can see, they've just respawned again. I'm not too sure why this happens. I failed to mention it when we were in the apartments area, but if you kill an enemy, okay, a nurse or whatever, and you enter a door like I just did then and come back out, sometimes they will be there again. I'm not too sure why this happens. There's a lot of speculation as to why this occurs. You know, I didn't kill it enough, so to speak, and it's come back or whatever, I don't know. But you know, as you can see, that nurse is there again, but there's also a dead one in front of me, so you know, it's a bit confusing. But my rule of thumb is, once I first enter an area like this, you know, the third level's corridors here, and kill all the nurses, hang on, let me just see what I'm doing here. Alright, take care of that one, wriggling around. And I don't know if you just noticed, but when I first entered this room, that nurse was right in front of me as well, okay, and I had my handgun equipped, ready to go, take care of it. Another one here as well. Yeah, so sorry, as I was saying before, you know, when we just entered the third level hallways there was a couple of nurses, I took care of them, then I entered a room, I came back out, and some more enemies were there, okay? Now, and you know, possibly the same nurse that I already took down. When I re-kill an enemy that I think that I've already killed, I do not count that as one on my statistics, you know, killed by melee, killed by firearm. I don't think that the game counts that as killing an extra one as well. Okay, so for example, if I was to go back in that door right next to me now and then come back out and these two nurses were still alive and I killed them again, I would not count that as another 2 kills, okay? I would not count that as 4, I would just count that as 2. Doing it this way is safer. There's the shotgun there as well. It's more accurate, okay? While I was tallying up all my kills towards the end of the game, then I finished it and got my end result screen, I was pretty accurate, okay? So I counted about, I don't know, 77 melee kills. I think I ended up getting 79, and I counted 82 shooting, and I think I got a bit more shooting, you know, like 85 or something like that. So when you're tallying your kills, just tally the ones that, you know, like here for example, when we enter this hallway, there's a nurse, okay? That's 1 kill. Kick the nurse, 1 melee kill. Now if I was to go in this door anywhere here, like this one here for example, actually this might be a good example. So we'll go in here, pick up the shit, okay? You actually need to go in here anyway, because on this carbon paper on the typewriter contains a code, okay? And it's always randomized, so you need to go in this room and get this code, 9475. Don't need to worry about remembering it, okay? Because in your memo section, you can re-look at all the documents you've analyzed. Alright, here we go, we're coming back out. No noise, so that nurse is dead. But if that nurse was alive again and I killed it, I would not count that as a kill, okay? Because I already killed it. Alright? It's confusing, I know, but hopefully I've explained it so that you guys understand, alright? A lot of times in these small rooms here, I mean, you're going to want to go in here because a lot of items, especially shotgun ammo laying around, shotgun ammo is the most imperative ammo that you can grab in terms of going for this 10-star run rank, okay? And having bullet adjust on ×3, okay? Because later on, oh, hang on, here we go. This is a bit tricky, okay? When you've got 2 enemies side by side like that, very, very tricky. You're going to want to try and quickly down one. I mean, I don't think I did it quick enough there. But try to down one, kick it straight away, and then down the other one, okay? Like, or if you can down them at the same. So see, there you go. They're just getting back up again. Very, very difficult. And as you can see, trying to kill. Here we go. I do a kick there. All right. Don't worry about taking too much time in sections like that, okay? Just take your time, be patient. The key thing is trying not to get hit, alright? Like I said, I finished this game in 2 hours and 17 minutes. You know, you can take up to 3 hours, 2 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, whatever. if you've got tricky sections like that where there's a couple of enemies right next to each other and you've only got the handgun like I just did then, even here, alright, take your time with it, kick the first one if you can, and then take care of the second one, alright? Now, as I was saying before, in all these small types of rooms here in level 3 and level 2 corridors, it's actually quite difficult to remember which doors you can go through and which ones you can't. Okay, this is like my 10th or 11th playthrough, and I still tend to check every door and make sure that if I can go through it or not. You're going to want to go through them because a lot of the times they contain shotgun ammo, which, like I said, is really, really imperative, okay, that you grab as much of that ammo as you can, because later on when we get to the prison area, that's sort of going to be your go-to weapon. I mean, you can keep using the handgun and just shoot them down 5 times and get melee kills and all that, but I feel safer holding the shotgun, you know what I mean? And the shotgun is what we'll be using for, there's actually a small sub-boss fight in the hospital here against an enemy called Flesh Lips. They're these hanging bodies, there's 3 of them. Alright, shotgun is the main go-to weapon for that fight. Alright, and in the hospital here, I'll just mention what just happened then, okay? We've just had a cutscene which I skipped. We fell down, and by falling down you take quite a lot of damage. As you could see, I was on red health then, okay? And that's from that fall. Now, I'm not too sure if that damage counts towards your overall damage at the end. It's going to happen to you, okay? Cannot be avoided. There's another code, 6428. We'll try and remember that, alright? We need to. Yeah, as I was saying, when you fall down, okay, it is inevitable. You will take damage. Just use a health pack straight away, the health med kit like I did then. Alright? Don't risk running around on that low red flashing health like that, okay? But like I said, I'm not really I just got hit then, that was stupid. I probably should have killed her, but the thing is, I'm on fucking red again, that's terrible. Yeah, the thing is, I think at that point I was panicking, there was another one behind me, so I just quickly decided to go through the door. Now in this hospital area, later on as we're progressing through, we'll actually be able to go into the lift at some point. Okay, now when we go in the lift, we'll get a conversation which appears to come through via the radio or through the elevator's intercom, I don't know, but it's basically a game show host asking you a bunch of questions related to Silent Hill. Okay, he'll ask you 3 questions, and the answer, he'll give you multiple choice answer 1, 2 or 3. Those answers are a code to a locked box, Halloween box it's called, which contains a large amount of shotgun ammo, alright, which we are going to want to grab in this hospital area, okay? Now this box here, that was just all the codes I found previously, okay, on that bloody padded wall just before, and on the carbon paper on the typewriter. Contains a hair, which we need. And we also used the I key, I believe it was, to unlock one of the components of that box. That I key, from memory, I wasn't really paying attention when I grabbed it, but I think it's on level 2 in one of the doors in the hallway there, okay? So prior to unlocking that box, you're just going to want to check all the doors in level 2, okay, and make sure that you've grabbed that key. Alright, so we've got access to the elevator now. We can go in, and straight away we'll go to level 1, and this is actually where the sub-boss fight takes place against the enemy called Flesh Lips. Okay, we've got our shotgun, and that's what we'll be using. Actually takes quite a lot of shots to take down this boss, okay? You'll see that in a minute. Just check this room here for stuff. Yep, there's always stuff. I don't know if I've mentioned this before either as well, but you'll be able to tell when an item's near when you see James's head tilt. Okay, so whenever there's an item, you'll see his head tilt either left or right in the location of that item. So if you're running along and you see his head move either left or right, that's an indication that there is an item nearby. Okay, that is a very handy way, okay, of seeing that there are items nearby, because it is actually quite difficult to see the items in this game. They're very small and quite well hidden. Alright, here we go. This is the boss against Flesh Lips. As you can see, there's 2 hanging bodies. Now what you're going to want to do here is run from one end to the other, take 1 shot, alright, and then run to the other end and just keep doing the same. Do not get cocky and pull off 2 shots unless they are at a significant distance away, like I just did then. Okay, that was alright. Because after every shot, there's like a cooldown period with James before you can regain control of him again and run. Alright, so he'll shoot like so and do a quick reload. You can hear it as he's doing the quick reload then for the next shot. During that time you are vulnerable to an attack, okay, so you need to time the moment when you start running to the other side well, okay. It all just comes with practice here, okay, but this fight actually really isn't too bad. I think I do get grabbed once, and I think I get hit another time or something, I'm not sure, but there's actually 3 of these hanging bodies to take down. There's just 2 at this stage, alright? But once we take care of these 2, another one will spawn down. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. They take too much ammo to... Okay, so there you go, one's taken care of. Alright, you can tell when they're taken care of when it doesn't move, its legs retract and it goes into like a seating position. Alright, so this one shouldn't be too bad, it's just the one to take care of now. Run to the other side. You know, if you time it wrong and it gets too close to you, it'll grab you and you've just got to press buttons and wiggle the control stick to get out of it, okay? Okay, so that one's taken care of, its legs have retracted, it's sitting down. One more, as you can see, it's just grabbed me, alright. I was mashing buttons there as well like crazy to get out of it, to take minimal damage. And that was a nice shotgun blast. Alright, so same deal with this one. And this one does something funky to me as well. You'll probably see it in a minute. But actually does this weird kick move, which I've never seen before on my previous 10 playthroughs, okay? Fucking weird. You'll see it in a minute. I just missed that shot then as well. I think it does it here. Yeah, see that shit? That has never happened to me before. 10 playthroughs previously, and that has never happened, so that I just accepted that as just being bullshit. Okay, whatever, I don't know what that was, but just be wary that that type of shit can happen, okay? That was probably due to the angle that I was standing on and the fact that it was getting close, I don't know. It was just weird. But anyway, we'll just take care of it. When the screen goes hazy like that, that's the end of the fight, okay? And actually here we fall into this like garden area. This is actually one of the, see that blue gem there I have in my inventory? That's needed in order to get the UFO ending, okay? So you actually have to use that in 3 places in the game. Basically I could have just used it then. That would have been the first place where you use it. The second place you use it is on the wharf just before you get in the boat to row towards the hotel, and the third place to use it is in the room where you watch the videotape, room 312 of the hotel, near a window, okay? But we don't need to worry about doing that because we're going for the dog ending, alright, which is a lot easier, quicker, less bullshit. Don't need to use the dog key, so to speak, in any areas, okay? Except on the observatory room door at the end. Just before I continue talking, I just wanted to say one more thing about that fight then, the sub-boss fight against Flesh Lips. You probably noticed I was pulling off a few shots from a distance and they were missing, okay? The thing is, when you hold right trigger, just take notice of where James is aiming, okay? If the Flesh Lips figures are too far away, he'll just sort of aim anywhere and your shot will miss. You've got to wait till they're at a comfortable distance towards you, but not too close for comfort, okay? It all comes with practice once again, you know, it's hard to explain. Basically, try not to just run to the other side and shoot immediately, you know, because it's just a wasted shot. Wait till they sort of get midway across the screen towards you, then shoot, okay? If you're lucky, you'll be able to pull off another shot, but most of the time it's just one shot, and then run to the other side, rinse and repeat, okay? So here, we're just making our way back up, okay, level by level. Alright, few enemies in these areas. Now these enemies you can count as one when you kill them, okay? Even though we are on level 2 and 3 again, you can see that the background has sort of changed a bit, alright? Doors have changed, textures, and alright, so this is technically a new area, so to speak. Alright? Similar things happens in this respect when we're in the hotel area at the end. We watch the videotape in room 312, and after we do watch that, when we leave the room, the hotel background and doors and everything changes, okay? It's leaking with water, the doors have all changed textures and backgrounds and so on, and that's considered a new area, okay? So we can count the enemies that we kill here. Now this room here, this is the most important room to come in because we just grabbed a battery and the key to the basement there, okay? So I didn't take notice what room that was, but if you were watching, that's the main room that we need to go to because that contains the basement room key, and we actually need to go to the basement now. But I'm just checking rooms here. Now here, this is bullshit. As you can see, I leave the room straight away. I would have got hit. Common sense, use your common sense, you know. If you enter a room like that and there's two enemies directly in front of you and you think that you're going to take damage regardless of what you do, turn around and just get the fuck out of there, okay? Don't worry about picking up the handgun ammo or shotgun ammo. The most important thing is not taking damage, okay? Because taking under 500 damage is the hardest prerequisite to do in regards to getting the 10-star rank, okay? So, and if you have to take a bit of extra time, you know, in order to dodge the enemy or get out or shoot them or whatever, take that extra time, okay? Because at the end of this, you'll see I've got an extra 43 minutes to spare. Might not sound like a lot, but you know, you can do a lot in 43 minutes, you know what I mean? You could probably easily rack up another 75 shooting kills alone in that time. Possibly even more, you know, 75 shooting kills and 20 melee kills. But at this stage, you'll notice that I still am not doing shooting kills yet. I actually don't think I've even done one at this stage, okay? I'm still just using the handgun, shooting them until they incapacitate and then kicking them, okay? What point do I start getting shooting kills? Good question. Alright, I start doing that once I leave this hospital area, okay? When we leave the hospital area, it's dark outside and nurses are everywhere roaming the streets, okay? Items will have spawned in new locations, so the background changes from day or foggy whatever to night, and there are nurses everywhere wandering the streets. And I rack up about 65 kills with the shotgun, okay, 65 shooting kills just wandering the streets there, and I think I get about the same 65 melee kills as well. You know, I try to keep it about even during the street sections. So I leave the street sections and then we enter the historical society or whatever it's called and make our way to the prison area. So by the time I get to the prison area, I'm on 65 shooting kills and 65 melee kills, okay? You can easily rack up 75 shooting kills and 75 melee kills if you want. The reason I don't is because in the prison area there are still going to be a large number of enemies to take care of, okay? And you're going to want to take care of them anyway because they are in the way, and they're the spitting fucks that keep spitting acid at you when you're trying to run around, alright? So I always take care of them. They are very annoying. even more annoying than these nurses, I think. A little bit slower than the nurses. You know, the nurses are very fast enemies, but they don't have that spitting attack. You know, as long as you maintain distance from them, fair distance, they will not hit you. Whereas the spitter, you know, will just spit acid at you. Even if you're within 2 meters and you're at 3 meters, it's still going to get you, okay? The residue is going to hit your face. Very annoying. So yeah, once I leave the hospital area, that is when I commence shooting kills. And we're just making our way down to the basement here. And we will re-get Maria. She's locked up down here. Shotgun shells, that's good. Move this. So what we're trying to do now is we need to actually get 2 rings, okay? That will open the door to us on level 3. Okay, we put 2 rings in a door and we can go through, so I just picked up 1 ring then. The second ring is located on level 2. Okay, in the far door. We need Maria to get that ring. Okay, it's hidden in a trunk. We're not strong enough to open the trunk on our own, so we need Maria's physical strength as well to help us to open it. Once we get those 2 rings, okay, then we can open that door and go through, and that actually commences one of the hardest parts in this game in regards to just not dying. Basically, it's the Pyramid Head chase scene. So this is actually the point where I tend to save the game, and you'll see that in a minute. We'll just go down to level 2 now. And you just heard a bit of radio static there. That was actually I skipped it then, but if you were to listen to it, that's actually the conversation you hear on a radio about some game show host asking you a bunch of questions, okay, and giving you some multiple choice answers. So he asked 3 questions. Each question, you know, you can pick from answer 1, 2, or 3. Take note of that, okay, because those answers are required to open a lockbox, the Halloween box it's called, on level 3. And I'm going to go ahead and open that now. You will want to do this because inside that Halloween box is a large number of shotgun ammo, okay? This is actually the first time ever that I got this, okay? On previous playthroughs, I'm not even sure why I didn't get it. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but here you'll see me go and get it, okay? So it's just over here in this room. I think because previously it's locked, but after you listen to that conversation in the elevator, the door is open again, okay? So I just figured it was always locked, but you know, it's open once you hear that conversation. And here it is. The answers are 3, 1, 3. 3, 1, 3. There we go, and it's open. Go crazy, pick up all your shotgun ammo, and with bullet adjust times 3, that's a nice amount of shotgun ammo, okay? There's also a couple of ampules in there, ampules or whatever they're called. They pretty much just heal you to full health. It's not really, you know, I mean, it's good to pick up health items and so on in terms of, you know, trying to get 150 items or more, but you will not be using ampules at all, okay? You need to take under 500 points of damage. So you'll mainly just see me using the small health potions and the regular medkits to heal if I'm taking damage. And there, that was the first time I saved it, okay? So I got the Halloween box, straight into the hallway door, and there's a red piece of paper there where you can save. That is where you're going to want to make your first save, okay? And I've edited out all the deaths and all that shit, so here you'll see me get through this Pyramid Head chase scene relatively flawlessly, and we'll just insert those 2 rings in this door here so we can go through. Alright, so this is a really difficult section. Okay, I would strongly recommend that you set your first save be where I saved, just before this fight, because you know, even though I've done this many times on hard, there are still times when I die, okay? And it's basically to do with Maria, okay? She'll get stuck on a fucking twig somewhere, she'll get in your way, you'll either shoot her or Pyramid Head will hit her a couple of times and she'll die, or he'll hit you. But here we go. Run straight ahead, first corner keep going, second corner go all the way, but stop, turn around, come back, shoot him, okay? about 5 times so that you've still got 5 bullets in your clip. Keep running until you get to the grated area. Run past, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop here and shoot him another 5 times, okay? You don't even need to move left stick or right stick to aim at him. You just press the right trigger to equip the gun, and James will auto aim at Pyramid Head through that grating, okay? Then you can just go ahead and shoot him another 5 times, and you are sweet. The key thing there is when you first start that chase scene and you get around the first corner, go through, then you'll get to the second corner, go all the way, but just before you're about to go completely all the way, turn back and run up the top there towards Pyramid Head and shoot him, okay? If you get past that second corner and you only go like half the way or a quarter of the way down, the problem is Maria will tend to stop at the exact corner there where Pyramid Head comes from. So she's in the way, and if you shoot, you're going to kill her, okay? So the key is when you go through that, past that second corner, going far down enough so that Maria follows you, a significant distance down there, away from the corner, away from Pyramid Head, so that you can just run back up, shoot him 5 times, and continue on your way, okay? Very, very hard part of the game.